Foxy 107, 104, the real sound of the triangle. And I am here. I am honored to be here with Djimon Hounsou. Thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
It's
Very
not
good.
it's not every day that I get to chat with a two-time Oscar-nominated actor. So this
Oh,
is this is this is something special to make my week stand out for me.
that's wonderful. That's very flattering. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, no, thank you. So, I was very excited to hear about this project that your nonprofit has going on.
Mhm.
Um, very excited about it. I'm gonna tell you why. So, the name of the project that he's working on is Run Richmond 1619. It's a cultural run or walk event that lets us experience more than 400 years of Black history. Now, listen, let me tell you, if every run walk event was like this, I would do way more run walk events. Like usually it's just get out there and run or walk and sweat, but you are
Right.
actually putting together this event and people get all kinds of information. They get transported back in time to experience the
Right.
transatlantic slave trade and the Civil War and Jim Crow and all of that. Explain the event to us.
Well, the event, of course, is a cultural event. It's a
Hmm.
run and walk event that lets you experience over 400 years of history, a history up close and personal, given the fact that the city of Richmond, Virginia, we have turned it into like almost like a outdoor museum, if you will,
Hmm. Hmm.
in which uh, if you could think about it, Black history is a lot older than American history,
Hmm.
and also a thing to be said about if you don't know where you come from, you don't know who you are.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and this is a way to sort of like pay respect to our ancestors,
Hmm.
right? And we hope for this experience, this event, to be a cathartic experience for our and an intergenerational experience for you know Afro descendants. And so that's sort of like and again, Richmond 1619, where this is the whole event is really about bringing about healing and reconciliation.
Mm.
You see,
Okay.
um, I think over time, I think we owe it to ourselves to sort of like honor our ancestors and pay regards to the place that they have walked before us, and yeah, and that's really what the event is about. It's really trying to champion this idea of unity in diversity. You see.
Like I said, I love the concept of this, and I've never really seen anything like this before. You
Hmm.
all are going to have Black history signs along the race course, and
Hmm.
there's going to be an app, an interactive app where people
Right.
can actually get information about places that they're passing, and it'll be narrated by you.
That's right.
Um, and I think one of the most important questions for me personally to ask is, do I have to run on this event?
No, no.
I don't have to get out there and
No, this event is a cultural event. It's not. It's of course it's through sports that we're trying to bring about awareness, but it's not. You don't necessarily have to run in order to belong or to somewhat. You can walk it, you can jog it,
mm.
and yeah, it's. We hope that it's going to be an amazing experience for.
And will you be at this event as well and
I will
participating?
be, of course. From the first installment of the event, I've been attached. I've been going there, and I've been, um, pretty much running the event. Uh, from day one, and yes, I will be there. I will be mostly walking it and jogging it as well, and
Okay.
yeah, and yes, and we hope that this is a, you know, sort of like I mean, this is a community event that we're bringing about, and to bring some level of you know, I guess healing, as I said, and
Hmm.
reconciliation. You in Richmond, you have one of the statue of on Main Street Station, um, um, and I quote unquote. The statue, the inscriptions of the statue really embodies what we're doing with One Richmond
Hmm.
1619, and I quote unquote, acknowledge the past, acknowledge and forgive the past,
Hmm.
embrace the present, and um, shape a future of reconciliation and justice. That's the inscription on the statue that basically symbolized the triangle of slave trade. And that same statue you would find um, at its origin in West Africa, Benin Republic, and the same statue you will find also in UK, um, Liverpool, UK,
Hmm.
and the third, of course, it's Virginia, Richmond, Virginia. And so the three of those statues symbolize um, the the transatlantic slave trade, literally.
And this event is taking place later on this month, so people still have time to make their
I mean,
plans and get there. It's
for
September
sure.
21st, and it kicks
This
off at
event is
8 in the
taking
morning.
place September 21st at 8, I think 8:20 or 8:30. And um, we have a great support from the community over there.
Mhm,
Of course, Black History Museum have been, in support of us from day one. Sports backers, uh, Black Men Run, drums, no guns, and so you name it. We have quite a bit of a community support, but also we have sponsors like Allianz Insurance Company has been supporting us, especially about the healing and the idea of healing and reconciliation. Um,
mhm.
yes, it's again, this is our third installment, and where every year it's been growing. It's been doubling size. Excuse my the
It's okay,
neighborhood
it's real
sound.
life happening. Real life
Yeah,
happens during interviews.
right. So this is an amazing cultural, uh, to event to pay tributes and to commemorate our ancestors and to bring about healing. Um, yeah,
It sounds great. It sounds like I said, I wish that there were more events like that where you can actually get information, learn about culture, learn about our history, because all of this is still American history. Black history is American history. Now, I understand that after the event, you're organizing a free community festival. Tell me a little bit about that.
well, Free Community Festival, you have. We'll have musicians. I mean, obviously, the night before we have this event that's about bringing about healing, and it's sort of like a meditative, sort of like a event in which uh, we, silently through breathing and through, of course, this intergenerational sort of like memoir of our
Mhm,
ancestors, um, to bring about some level of prayers. And
mhm,
then the day of the race, of course, we run the race, and after the race, we have musicians. We have, of course, on the pre-event, we have a legba ceremony. Uh, that also is to invoke the ancestors and champion this idea of healing within the unity and diversity, concept.
3 years strong. It sounds like an incredible event, a lot of culture, a lot of community.
Yeah.
It's Run Richmond 1619, Saturday, September 21st in
21st.
Richmond, Virginia.
Right.
How do people sign up for the race?
Everything is online, of the foundation, the DHF, the Djimon Foundation. Everything is online. It's been growing, and it's been quite fantastic to see our people come together to really, the idea to bring some sort of like a ancestral knowledge to the people, and because again, like I said, if you don't know where you come from, you sure don't know who you are. And I think part of the trouble in this country is the idea that the history is not embraced,
Mm-hmm.
therefore, like folks don't know. And if I think if you know that you have an alternative place outside of this world, um, I think you will be so much more empowered to, if things don't work out for you here, or how you want to better your life. I think you will be so much more inspired to branch out and to see um, what are other opportunities. With that awareness and that understanding, I think you could uh, better your life, and I think you would be so much, inspired to see what you can achieve outside of, this limited, sort of like a view of a country like
Mm-hmm.
America.
I agree. I agree 100%. I love what you all have tied in here. I love that it's an opportunity to learn and to connect. I love that, and I love the culture and the community coming together as a learning experience, a community experience. This is something that I will definitely bring our kids to, because I feel that kids need to know
Oh, for
all of this
sure.
information.
For sure.
They need to experience and understand where they came from, and that it's bigger
Right.
than this area that we live in.
And like you said, I mean, like we said, this is a cultural, sort of like a sporty event in which
Mhm.
you could come with your grandmother, great grandmother, your grand kids, and casually walk it or run it. I mean, unless you're on crutches, you will finish the race at some point at any given time. And and part of it, walking it really makes you feel the, you know. You would really feel the sites that you're walking and running
Mhm.
through, because all those sites are historical sites. Like I said, we literally have turned Richmond into an outdoor museum,
I love that.
and so you get to really, by walking the grounds, you really get to pay tribute to your ancestors and the ground that they have walked before you, and just us congregating in such a confined area, I think
Mhm.
it's really bringing, this idea of trying to appease the souls of our ancestors who perished before us, and consequently, sort of like better our souls going forward. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see that. It's Run Richmond 1619, Saturday, September 21st. We've got the details at the bottom of the screen on how you can sign up at runrichmond1619.org. Thank you so much for taking some time out to chat with us about this incredible event.
Well,
And I guess we'll see you September
oh,
21st in Richmond.
absolutely, absolutely. You will see me. I just want to highlight, our partners. Like I said, Black
Yes.
History Museum of Virginia, Sports Backers, Black Men Run. We're off the couch. The Love Movement. What do you call it? The Shoko Institute.
Hmm.
And then, our sponsors, of course, the Cantor Fitzgerald Relief Fund, Alliance, Virginia Tourism, Virginia Humanity, the community community foundation, I think it's called,
Mhm.
of Greater Richmond. I think that's what it is. And Centara Health Plans. These are our supporters, and so again, we're looking forward for doubling size again from last year, and yeah, it's going to be a great event.
Well, thank you for shouting out all of those community partners. We know events like this cannot happen without
Oh
the
no,
partners
for
that
sure,
come together and support everything that you're
sure,
doing.
sure.
So we thank you again for your time, and we look forward to seeing you at Run Richmond 1619 later on this month.
Thank you for having me.